Quick update, man. It is July 31st, 2026, Friday morning, 4:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Just checking Rebecca account again. Still ain't got now one of my SSDI checks. Initially, I was going to be upset to go up here and just, raise a fuss and make accusations. That ain't getting me nowhere, man. A lot of times, I'm starting to feel like sometimes, true enough, I done been through a lot of shit, true enough. But at the same time, I do realize it's just sometimes some people find it humorous to get a reaction out of me, to make fun. He lost. He ain't sure about this, that, or whatever, playing games. But at the same time, I'm starting to feel like a lot of times people get in your head just to get you to overreact and point fingers at everybody. And think about it, man. You got to look at things from a different perspective, man. Maybe it ain't people in no criminal organization or even in the government or courts, or sometimes maybe you can just have computer glitches, So instead of getting upset, because getting upset don't make me do shit but start ranting and raging and accusing different groups that I don't even know nothing about, or even if they exist. I mean, I'm sure shit like that do exist because, things I've been through. But, I mean, I kind of feel like it's kind of been like tit for tat. You know how like things could be on the verge of calm down, then someone will do something to piss someone off. In reaction as a reaction, then I'll get pissed off. And in the whirlwind of it all, I'm starting to realize too that sometimes things can happen so much or be so chaotic that we can sometimes think that everything is just like, even when things happen that maybe just, I'm gonna give you an example. After the lady explained it to me earlier today on the Social Security, I was on the phone making accusations then, man. But, I'm going to retract those accusations and just keep everything to myself, man. Mainly because, one, at this point, I'm getting just kind of over it. I get upset sometimes, but what's making accusations going to do anyway, And I don't want, and I'm at a point where I don't even want no fucking apologies or nothing, I just want to be left alone, I don't want to be bitter, because sometimes just sitting and thinking about things, you get bitter. But, I don't even give a, I don't want to know. I just, it's frustrating, I feel like if someone keep trying to say things here and there or make me think certain things, I ain't gonna do nothing to get pissed off. So just leave shit where it lie, right? So yeah, man, I don't know much of shit. All I know is that which God, given to me, right? I just say that in a humble way, like, it's just all about peace, man. So instead of going back up here to the Social Security office, because now I want to make accusations about cult members of society, it's just like, I've been doing this shit for years, back and forth, this and that, and, but the way the lady explained it to me about the SSI, okay, it made sense when she was like, well, the prorated thing about 234, I felt like it was harassment, but the way she explained to me is not. Because see, I was thinking that, your money, the way it goes is like, you go all the way through May, so on June the 1st, you should get what's, for that past month. She was like, no, you get May for May, you get June for June, July for July. So since I got locked up May the 26th, this is why I didn't get that June. So this is why when I got out in July, they prorated it to 2 something, such and such, and they say, no, it's supposed to be on the 3rd, whatever, okay, cool. And then the August payment is supposed to be on the 1st, however, so which is on the weekend, so it should be the 31st. So usually, when I check around this time, it usually be there when I have my other account, but it's not. But instead of getting upset, I'm just gonna look at it like, Well, it could be maybe First National or First Convenience is a little bit slower about processing or whatever. But I am gonna go up there to the Social Security office. But I ain't fit to raise a fuss and throw no accusations around, and point fingers, and be looking around feeling like somebody following me up there behind me and going in before me to tell them to fuck with me or thing. So yeah. All right, boss. So yeah, man, I just gotta get control of. I can't control what's outside of me and everybody else, so I just gotta control myself, my thoughts, and my venting, and just maintain control. I did a pretty decent job, except for when I get upset and go to rant and shit. So that's something that I think we all. I think, like I said, I think life is to teach us, man, train us, man. And for me, uh, coming, I've come a long way, but I still got some ways to go. But I'm still learning how to control my anger, verbal anger, man. Because the power of the tongue is a motherfucker. You say the tongue is like what, like a wildfire or something, and the hardest thing to tame, because it's yeah, you know, it's easy like to vent and be lash out physically, and I mean, it's easy to talk shit too, but it says in the word that that's one of the hardest things to tame, so it must be true. And when you're under intense fire by whatever spiritual realm, it's very hard to contain. So contain your emotion. So this is what I've made a conscious decision with myself to do. Because whatever battles may be going on within the spiritual realm, 5D or the 3D, physical realm, got to look at it like that's exactly what it is. Something that's trying to cause you to destroy yourself or us to destroy each other. But I also believe that there are a lot of us, man, we're working on ourselves, man, trying to do better. So, yeah, yeah. Stop accusing cults, mobs, societies. Slow down for a minute. No matter what the occasion may be, give things time to play out. I did pretty good tonight, even though some strange things, people came around. I've been at the racetrack pretty much through the night. I was on the train going to DFW, went to sleep on it. So I came back and said, okay, time to get out. I realized I had fell asleep, so I just got off and stayed at the racetrack over there. Off of vaping, it was all night sitting, up under the camera at the catty corner. Went in a couple times, tried to check my card. Nothing was there. Every time you even check a balance or try to buy something, they reject it. They charge you $2.50. So yeah, I might ask them to waive that, but I ain't got no money to waive right now anyway because they ain't putting it on there yet. But yeah, man, it's a lot of things, man. Man, look here. Hopefully, gonna get up off here, man. Try again. First you don't succeed, try again, man. Even though this happened to me, I'm not gonna blame it on nothing. It's just probably need to be patient. And I think that's what we all need a little bit of. As far as all the allegations, I suspect, because I can't be sure, the word conversations or whatnot. This group crashed now, that group crashed now, you crashed now, whatever. Everybody just take a deep breath, slow down. Eventually things must work themselves out, right? We'll say this though, man. I'd rather not be approached at all. If anybody comes speaking to me or you with confusion, riddles, and just don't do it. I like my peace. I've been sitting at this store for hours without hardly saying a word to not one single person. Hell, not saying a word to one single person. except for hey to the stove clerk when he passed by to dump the trash or something. And I'm content with that. It's all the other shit, and then in between that, when things happen like with money and things, and I get angry, frustrated, I start ranting and raging and suspecting and things like that. But that ain't hitting on nothing either, because I ain't doing nothing. I don't know for sure, because I'm just me. But I can also add fuel to the fire too, just with my mouth. So yeah, we all. No, I don't know to get nothing. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna get up off here, man. I'm out of y'all, man. Peace.